Hello and welcome to everyone in the virtual classroom to learn fun plus statement. In the last video lecture, that is video lecture number 4, we took question number 2 having a RPS as a special point of that question. Today in this 5th video lecture, let us take one more practical question with Stokes adjustment as well as RPS as special points of this question. See, question number 3. A data has been given for a period of 2 years, 2016-17 and 2017-18. And we have to prepare a fund flow statement for the current year, that is 2017 and 18. Let me show additional information of this question. 4 points have been given in additional information. First point is related with RPS redemption, but I would like to draw your attention for this second point. Decided to value the stock at cost from the year 2017-18, that is the current year. Whereas earlier the practice was to value stock at cost less 10%. So earlier means last year. The opening stock was valued as per the practice existing at that time, while the closing stock was correctly valued at cost. So closing stock means current year's stock has been valued at cost, while the opening stock means closing stock of last year 2016-17. Closing stock of 2016-17 would be an opening stock for the current year. It was valued as per the practice existing at that time, means cost less 10%. So this item, this additional information point number 2 is affecting the valuation of the closing stock of last year, or you may say the opening stock of the current year. And stock is an item of working capital schedule also. So before you start the preparation of your working capital schedule, you have to consider this item first. You have to give a rectification entry for the valuation of the closing stock of last year or the opening stock of the current year, and then only afterwards you have to start the preparation of your working capital schedule. So this is a very good point of this question. Normally, students immediately starts the working capital schedule preparation just on the base of the balance sheet. So here it is a good lesson that you have to read the additional information also before you start your working capital schedule. Sometimes an item like this, affects your working capital schedule also. So always read the question thoroughly from beginning to end, and then only afterwards start the first step of the solution, that is working capital schedule over here. So let us prepare a working note for the rectification of stock, or you may say adjustments in the valuation of the stock. So before you start a working capital schedule, we need to prepare a working note for stock adjustment. So let us prepare first working note for stock adjustment. Last year 2016-17, stock was valued cost less 10%. As I told you, closing stock of last year would be an opening stock for the current year. So let us assume if cost was 100 rupees, then it was valued cost less by 10%. 10% of 100 is 10 rupees. So valuation of the stock 90 rupees in the books of account. So if book value was 90, then cost was 100. Book value of the stock last year given in the balance sheet 1,08,000, then what should be its original cost? By this way, we are getting the original cost of the closing stock of last year 1,20,000. So value of closing stock is to be increased. How much? New value rupees 1,20,000 on the base of this valuation that we made in the last step, minus old value given in the balance sheet 1,08,000, that gives 12,000 rupees. So we have to increase this the value of closing stock of last year or opening stock of the current year by rupees 12,000. Let us pass a rectification entry for this adjustments in the value of closing stock of the last year, that is 2016-17. Stock account debited rupees 12,000. If you will increase this the value of the closing stock, a cascading impact will come on the profit. Remaining items remains as it is in the given trading and profit and loss account. Just you have adjusted, you have increased the value of closing stock only by rupees 12,000. So obviously your GP is going to be increased and ultimate impact will come on the net profit. So your net profit of profit and loss account will get increased by rupees 12,000. So now for 2016-17, new value of stock is 1,20,000, 1,08,000 plus 12,000, and new balance of profit and loss account for the same 2016-17 would be rupees 32,000. 20,000 was given in the balance sheet and 12,000 we credited in this journal entry, profit and loss credited 12,000. By that way, it became 32,000. So new value of closing stock for last year 2016-17 now 1,20,000, not 1,08,000 as shown in the balance sheet. And the new balance of profit and loss account would be 32,000, not 20,000 as shown in the balance sheet. So once you give the stock adjustment entry and you decided the new value of stock, closing stock of last year 1,20,000, now you can start the preparation of a working capital schedule for the question. Let us verify the balance sheet and see how many items are there. Stock 1,08,000, now it would be 1,20,000. Debtors, cash and bank balances. 3 items of current assets. Likewise, from the liability side, creditors and bad debt reserve. 2 items of current liabilities. Though by nature, tax provision and proposed dividends are also current liability, but we are dealing it with separately by opening separate ledger accounts, because over there normally payment always would have been associated, and that is why we are dealing with separately with these 2 items by opening separate ledger accounts. So 3 items of current assets and 2 items of current liabilities. Let us take the working capital schedule. Stock as per working note number 1 Now 1,20,000. Current year 1,50,000. Increase is in current assets. Increase is the working capital. You know positive relationship 30,000. Debtors, cash and bank balance. There is no change in cash and bank balance. 1,000, 1,000. So no change, neither increase nor decrease. Likewise, two items of current liabilities, creditors and bad debt reserve. Total of current liabilities, working capital A minus B. Ultimately, it gives the final answer. Increases in working capital 10,000. Increases in working capital 10,000. Once again, this is the 1,20,000. You have to remember, not 1,08,000. After stock adjustment, working note number 1, new value is 1,20,000. So final answer, increase is in working capital 10,000. Let us report it in the fund flow statement. It indicates application of fund. So fund flow statement, application side, very first item, increases in working capital 10,000. Now new balance of this profit and loss account. How to report it in the adjusted profit and loss account? Current year's balance, closing balance, 37,500. This is the current year's balance of profit and loss appropriation account. So we reported it on the plus side, on the left hand side, or on the debit side of this adjusted profit and loss account. How one can report the opening balance of profit and loss account? Opening balance of profit and loss account means the balance of last year. In the balance sheet, it has been given rupees 20,000. But after the stock adjustments entry that we saw in working note number 1, now the new balance is 32,000. Because we have increased the value of closing stock of last year, so the cascading impact came on the balance of profit and loss account, and the new balance became rupees 32,000. Have a look in this particular working note. It is 32,000. Here it is there. So 32,000. I am explaining you two methods. Either you can put the opening balance 32,000 as per our working note for stock adjustment. So opening balance of profit and loss account 32,000. So after the stock adjustment, you reported a new balance, and ultimately you reported the profits of the current year 37,500 minus 32,000, that is 5,500. Second method, if you want to consider this stock adjustment in the context of opening stock of the current year, we discussed the previous option in the context of closing stock of the last year, and that is why cascading impact came on the balance of profit and loss account of the last year, which was 20,000, and due to stock adjustment we credited another 12,000, and that is why it became 32,000. So this was in the context of closing stock of the last year. But suppose someone wants to consider these adjustments in the context of opening stock of the current year, as said in the question. Now imagine the trading and profit and loss account. Opening stock would be the very first item in the trading and profit and loss account. If you will increase the value of opening stock by rupees 12,000, subject to other items of that account remains the same. So if you are going to increase the value of opening stock by rupees 12,000, immediately cascading impact will come on your GP. GP will get reduced by 12,000 because remaining other items remains the same. So once you have increased the value of opening stock due to the stock adjustments by rupees 12,000, GP will get reduced by rupees 12,000. If GP is going to be reduced by 12,000, ultimately your net profit will get reduced by rupees 12,000 because other items of this trading and profit and loss account remains the same. So under this second option, in the context of opening stock, if you increase the value of opening stock by rupees 12,000, your net profit is going to be reduced by rupees 12,000. So under the second option, in the context of opening stock, you have to reduce the current year's profit by rupees 12,000. So you have to decrease the profit, you have to reduce the profit of the current year, and you know it very well. The items due to which if you have to reduce the profit, that we are always reporting on the right hand side, on the minus side of this adjusted profit and loss account. So in the context of opening stock, impact on the net profit is that your net profit will get decreases by rupees 12,000, and that is why over here we put the opening balance rupees 20,000 as it is given in the balance sheet for the last year. So 20,000 as it is opening balance, and then afterwards this opening stock adjustment due to which the current year's profit is to be reduced by rupees 12,000. So let us report it on the minus side because the current year's profit is to be reduced by 12,000. So increase is in value of stock, that is opening stock, 12,000. Now see 20 and 12. Ultimately 20 and 12, the total of these two figure would be 32,000 like it was there in the first option also. So ultimate impact remains the same. Under the first option, directly 32 opening balance. Under the second option, from the viewpoint of the opening stock, ultimately it also becomes 32,000. Choice is yours कि आपको कौन से ऑप्शन से जाना है. In the context of closing stock of the last year, then the balance would be 32,000, or in the context of opening stock of the current year, then you have to put this two figure 20,000 opening balance as it is from the balance sheet, and then 12,000 impact on the net profit of the year. You have to reduce it. So 20 and 12, these are the two figures that you have to record over here. As I told you, ultimate, it also becomes 32,000 as per the first option. I hope it is very clear under both the options that how to record the opening balance of profit and loss appropriation account. So after this point of stock adjustment, let us verify first point of the question related with RPS redemption. During the year 2017-18, preference shares of rupees 50,000 were redeemed at 5% premium. This was done partly by creating capital redemption reserve from profit. See the word from profit. You know, in last video lecture for question number 2, I had told you the provisions of the Companies Act in the context of RPS redemption. So if company wants to use the accumulated profit or distributable profits, you know, simultaneously with the same nominal amount, you need to create a capital redemption reserve, and partly by issuing new equity shares of rupees 30,000. So here company has utilized both the available option for the purpose of redemption of RPS. You know, two options can be utilized, either from attributable profits which otherwise would be available for the purpose of dividend, And the second option, from a proceeds of a fresh issue made for the purpose of redemption of RPS. So here company has combined both the option for the purpose of redemption. These new equity shares were issued at 10% premium. The premium on redemption of preference shares was met out of the premium received on issue of new equity shares. Let us prepare a detailed working note for the purpose of this RPS redemption. Second working note, redemption of preference share capital. Preference shares of rupees 50,000 has been redeemed. Here amount has also been given in the question itself with 5% premium. So very easily we can decide how much total amount would be required for the purpose of redemption. Nominal amount 50,000, redemption premium 5%, 5% of 50,000, 2,500, and the total amount required 52,500. Once we have arrived for the total amount required, let us give a chart for the planning of redemption, on the basis of which later on directly you can go for the posting in the concern ledger accounts, or if you want to give the journal entry, it can also be given on the basis of this planning or chart. Total amount required, as we saw in the last step, 52,500, having two components. One is nominal amount, rupees 50,000. Another is redemption premium on RPS 2,500. The total of these two is 52,500. Why we gave this bifurcation? Because provisions of Companies Act are different, and that is why we gave a bifurcation of this total amount of rupees 52,500. Let us consider the nominal amount of RPS rupees 50,000. As said in the additional information point number 1, this was done partly by creating capital redemption reserve from profit. Now it has not been very clear that how much amount by creating capital redemption reserve from profit, but how much, that amount has not been said. But later on it has been said partly by issuing new equity shares of rupees 30,000. Our total requirement in the context of nominal amount is 50,000. So if new issue was made for 30,000, it means capital redemption reserve would have been created from the profit for rupees 20,000. It can be verified by verifying the balance of capital redemption reserve also in the balance sheet. Have a look liability side. Capital redemption reserve. Opening balance nil, closing balance 20,000. So 30,000 from the proceeds of the new issue and 20,000 from the current year's profit, out of which 20,000 has been utilized to create the CRR. So by this way, entire planning has been made. So from profit and loss account, 20,000 CRR has been created as we saw in the balance sheet. There was a closing balance of rupees 20,000 in the CRR account. So from profit and loss, this 20,000 has been taken out and created CRR, and remaining 30,000 from new issue, and the issue has been made with a 10% premium. By this way, total 50,000 has been planned in the context of nominal amount of RPS. Redemption premium on RPS 2500. As said in that particular additional information point number 1, that premium on redemption of preference shares was met out of the premium received on issue of new equity shares. In the balance sheet, opening balance was nil for the share premium, but due to new issue, we are going to receive rupees 3000 in the context of share premium, and we need only 2500. So even after taking out this amount from the new issue premium 3000, there will remain a balance of rupees 500 in the share premium account, and it is there in the balance sheet in the form of closing balance. So this was the planning of the redemption for nominal amount and for redemption premium on RPS. Once the planning is done, let us give the journal entry on the basis of this planning. First journal entry for the resolution in the board meeting. Preference share capital account debited rupees 50,000. Redemption premium on RPS account debited rupees 2,500. To preference shareholders account credited rupees 52,500. This is for the resolution of the decision for the redemption of RPS taken in the board of directors meeting. Now on the basis of chart or planning, pass the journal entries one by one. Second, profit and loss account debit 20,000 to CRR account, that is capital redemption reserve account credited 20,000. Third one, for new issue, bank account debited 33,000, including premium. To equity share capital account 30,000. To share premium account 10% of 30,000, 3,000. So total company got 33,000. Let us use the share premium, available share premium to meet redemption premium on RPS. One was an income, another is an expenditure. Share premium account debited 2,500. To redemption premium on RPS account credited 2,500. And now payment can be paid. Provisions have been fulfilled. Last journal entry, preference shareholders account debited to bank account credited 52,500. So these were the journal entries for the RPS. Let us give the posting in the concerned ledger accounts related with RPS process one by one. These are the ledger accounts related with RPS process. First J was preference share capital account debited 50,000. Redemption premium on RPS account debited 2,500. To preference shareholders account credited 52,500, having opposite amount and opposite narration. Second journal entry, profit and loss account debited to capital redemption reserve account credited, and the amount was 20,000. This is no opening balance. We got from profit and loss account 20,000. It remains in the form of closing balance and account is over. Third journal entry, for the 30,000 issue, bank account debited 33,000. To equity share capital account credited 30,000. To share premium account credited 3,000. फोर्थ जर्नल एंट्री जो आपने लिखी थी, शेयर प्रीमियम अकाउंट डेबिटेड 2,500 टू रिडेम्पशन प्रीमियम ऑन RPS account credited 52,500. See, this account is also over. And the fifth one, preference shareholders account debited to bank account credited 52,500, account is over. So this was the posting impact of the journal entries that we have passed for the RPS redemption. Let us verify the fund flow process by verifying the ledger accounts one by one. Preference share holders account. Nothing is there. After redemption, closing balance remains 30,000. Nothing is there which can affect the process of FFH fund flow statement. Share premium. We got 3,000, out of which utilized 2,500 to meet the RPS redemption premium, and closing balance remains 500. So nothing is there. Yeah, we got this 3,000. The title is bank. So at the time of reporting the issue amount of 30,000, 30 plus this 3, we will record 33,000 in the fund flow statement due to new equity issue. This premium has been received in cash. So 30,000 equity share issue and plus 3,000 premium, total 33,000 we will report in the fund flow statement on the sources side. Preference shareholders account, yeah, bank payment indicates 52,500. And the next ledger account related with this RPS process. Let us also verify it. As I told you earlier, CRR, nothing is there. Got 20,000 from the profit and loss account. It remains as a closing balance. So nothing is there. Equity share capital account. Here we got 30,000 having a narration bank. 30,000 plus 10% premium. That is 3,000. Total we got 33,000. So two items out of this 6 ledger account. One is issue 30 plus 3, 33,000, and this payment 52,500. Two will be reported in the fund flow statement. One as a source of income, another as an application of fund. While CRR account, here title came profit and loss. This reserve has been created from the current year's profit. But what is the nature of this transaction? By nature, it is a non-cash item. And if it is a non-cash item, it should be added back in the current year's profit by giving the reverse impact. Because we need cash fund profit received from the business operation. While this one is a non-cash item. And that is why we will add back it in the current year's profit by showing it on the plus side on the left hand side of adjusted profit and loss account. So total 3 items of this RPS process will affect the fund flow statement process, 2 in the FFS and 1 in adjusted profit and loss account. Let us report it. First of all, fund flow statement, 2 items as I told you. See, redemption of RPS with premium 52,500, and on the sources side, issue of new equity share capital with premium 30,000 plus 3,000, that is 33,000. So 2 items in the fund flow statement and 1 item in the adjusted profit and loss account, that is for the creation of CRR. So transfer to CRR rupees 20,000. So we added back it once again in the current year's profit by showing it on the plus side on the left hand side of adjusted profit and loss account. So this was the total process of RPS redemption. Working notes, planning, having a chart, journal entries, posting in the concerned ledger accounts, closure of the ledger accounts, and then from the ledger accounts we came on the fund flow statement impact. 2 entries we reported in the fund flow statement one as an application of fund, one as a sources of fund, and third impact came in the adjusted profit and loss account, that is for the creation of CRR, because it was taken out from the current year's profit, but it was a non-cash item, and that is why we added back rupees 20,000 once again in the current year's profit. I hope everything would be very clear for this RPS process. Let us verify the remaining points of the question. Information point number 3. One of the fixed assets costing rupees 50,000 on which accumulated depreciation is rupees 10,000 has been sold out for rupees 50,000. This type of point was there in our previous question also. So I am not going to explain it in detail, but even though a short explanation for this item. Have a look on this working note number 3, sale of fixed assets. Here, company follows the depreciation fund system. On the liability side, depreciation fund on fixed assets has been given, and you know the characteristics of the depreciation fund system as I explained you in the very first question of this topic in video lecture number 3. So apply those characteristics. Over here, assets are always shown at its original cost, and here the original cost was 50,000. Accumulated depreciation on this particular piece of fixed asset which has been sold out in the current year was 10,000. That gives the written down value in the current year 40,000. Compare it with the selling price. Selling price is 45,000. That gives the profit rupees 5,000. Pass the journal entries, or directly you may go for the posting. First journal entry, bank account debited 45,000. Depreciation fund account debited 10,000. To fixed assets account credited 55,000. We credited 55,000 including profit of rupees 5,000. Otherwise original cost was 50,000, but with profit we credited 55,000. So let us eliminate the profit portion which was included in that 55,000 by debiting fixed assets account 5,000 and crediting to profit and loss account 5,000, transfer of profit. Once you give the posting impact of these two journal entry in those two ledger accounts, namely fixed assets account and depreciation fund account, you will get the balancing figure in those two accounts. Let us verify it. Fixed assets account and depreciation fund account. See, opening balance 2 lakh, closing balance 2 lakh 50,000. Journal entry number 1, bank account debited 45,000. Depreciation fund account debited for transfer of depreciation 10,000. To fixed assets account credited 55,000. Then transfer of profit. Fixed assets account debited 5,000. To profit and loss account credited 5,000. Close the account. Credit side looks bigger, total of which is 3,05,000. Put it on the debit side and you will get a balancing figure on the debit side of this account. Apply the common accounting knowledge. This must be the purchases made during the current year. Fixed assets account debited to bank account credited 1 lakh. Close the depreciation fund account. Opening balance 48,000, closing balance 1 lakh as given in the balance sheet. Debit side looks bigger, 1 lakh 10,000. Put it on the credit side, 1 lakh 10,000, and we are getting a balancing figure of rupees 62,000 on the credit side. This must be the current year's depreciation. As you know very well, and we discussed in the very first question of video lecture number 3. Under the depreciation fund system, depreciation, though always would be debited to profit and loss account, but credit would be given to depreciation fund account. So this is the current year's depreciation. 2 accounts over. Now fund flow impact. Have a look on this fixed assets account. Here title came bank 45,000 indicates the receipt of fund due to sale of assets. On the debit side also the word is bank indicates the purchases of fixed assets. So 2 bank transactions are there in this fixed assets account. One sale 45,000 sources of fund. Another purchases 1 lakh application of fund. So these 2 will be reported in the fund flow statement. One as a sources, another as an application. In the same fixed assets account, profit has been transferred to profit and loss account. This one. You know, this profit has been received in cash, but by nature it is a non-operating income. You know, the two tests. Does it look like a cash transaction? Does it look like an operating transaction? Yes, it is a cash transaction, but second test, does it look like an operating transaction? No, it is not an operating transaction. This type of transactions happens once in a year and sometimes once in a time span of 2, 3, 4, 5 years. It is not your main business operation. So being a non-operating income, this should be eliminated from the current year's profit in which it has been included by the company at the time of preparation of final accounts. So this 5,000 we will report in the adjusted profit and loss account on the right hand side on the minus side. So 3 items from this fixed assets account, 2 in the fund flow statement, 1 in adjusted profit and loss account. While in the depreciation fund account, this 62,000 having a narration profit and loss account, current year's depreciation. You know, depreciation is always a non-cash item, and that is why we have to add back it in the current year's profit as we discussed number of times in our previous questions. So 2 entry in the fund flow statement and 2 entries in the adjusted profit and loss account. Let us report it. First of all, fund flow statement, application side, purchases of fixed assets 1 lakh and sale of fixed assets 45,000. These are the 2 impacts in the fund flow statement. And now in the adjusted profit and loss account, profit 5,000 which was included in the current year's profit and loss account being a non-operating income. Let us eliminate it. So right hand side minus side profit on sale of fixed assets 5,000. Current year's depreciation 62,000 being a non-cash item. Let us add back it in the current year's profit. So 62,000 depreciation we reported on the left hand side, plus side, debit side. Let us go for the verification of additional information once again for the remaining items. Fourth and last point of the question. Proposed dividend of the last year was paid and taxes of rupees 35,000 of last year was also paid. These points were there in our both the previous question. Nothing is new. But even though, let us verify the working note for both this item. Proposed dividend. Last year proposal was given for rupees 10,000. So it has been paid in the current year. ये कहे तो भी करना है, ना कहे तो भी करना है. You know it very well. I already explained this proposed dividend with the provisions of the Companies Act, and that is why ये कहे तो भी करना है, ना कहे तो भी करना है. Proposed dividend account debited 10,000 to bank account credited 10,000. Last year's proposed dividend has been paid in the current year. Once you give the posting, you will get a balancing figure of rupees 12,000, which is also lying over there in the balance sheet in the form of closing balance. It is the current year's proposal for which the JE that would have been passed is profit and loss appropriation account debit to proposed dividend account credit 12,000. Let us give the posting in the concerned ledger accounts for proposed dividend. Have a look. Opening balance 10,000. This has been paid in the current year. Proposed dividend account debited 10,000 to bank account credited 10,000. This is the closing balance given in the balance sheet, which is the current year's proposal. You know, it cannot be paid in the current year. And profit and loss appropriation account debit to proposed dividend account credit. This would have been taken from the current year's profit and loss appropriation. Being a non-cash item, this 12,000 will be added back in the current year's profit, while being a payment. This 10,000 would be reported in the fund flow statement as an application of fund. Let us report it. One in the fund flow statement, another in adjusted profit and loss account. See, proposed dividend paid 10,000. And then adjusted profit and loss account, add back the proposal of the current year's proposed dividend 12,000. And income tax 35,000 rupees paid for the taxation. First journal entry, tax provision account debited to bank account credited 35,000. Give the posting in the concerned ledger account of income tax provision for this payment of rupees 35,000. Tax provision account debited to bank account credited. Close the account. Total of debit side 85,000. Put it on the credit side and you will get a balancing figure of rupees 45,000 on the credit side. Apply the common accounting knowledge. This must be the current year's provision made out from the current year's profit and loss account. Profit and loss account debit to income tax provision account credit 45,000. Fund flow impact. Payment 35,000. Title came bank. Application of fund flow statement. 45,000. Title came profit and loss. It's a non-cash item. Just provision has been made. You know, profit and loss debit to income tax provision credit. It's a non-cash item. So one item in the fund flow statement and one item in the adjusted profit and loss account. See, income tax paid 35,000 and current year's provision as a non-cash item will be added back in the current year's profit once again because it was a non-cash item. Provision for taxation 45,000. Additional information got over. Let us verify the balance sheet for the remaining items. Come on the asset side first. Fixed assets already over. Investment, something is there. Opening balance 40,000, closing balance 60,000. It means during the year, company has purchased additional investment worth rupees 20,000. So it indicates the application of fund. Have a look. Last item, purchases of investment 20,000. This is. Once again, let us verify the balance sheet. After investment, remaining items belongs to current assets. We already reported in the working capital schedule, stock, debtors, cash and bank balance. Come on the liability side. Equity share capital over. In RPS process we already verified, and ledger account also. Preference share capital over. Share premium over. Capital redemption reserve over. Reserve fund, नॉर्मली जिनको हम जनरल रिजर्व कहते हैं, 50,000 opening balance, closing balance 60,000. What does it mean? It means during the year, company has transferred rupees 10,000 from the current year's profit and credited it to the reserve fund account. Every company does that, saving. So 10,000 profit and loss appropriation account debit to reserve fund account credit, but it's a non-cash item. Just reserve has been created, payment has not been paid. So being a non-cash item, this should be added back in the current year's profit once again because it was a non-cash item. Transfer to general reserve 10,000. Once again, balance it for the remaining items. After reserve, profit and loss account over. Creditors, item of current liabilities, working capital schedule, provision for tax is over, depreciation fund on fixed assets over, bad debt reserve, item of working capital schedule over, and proposed dividend, just we saw it in our working note as well as in the ledger account. So this was the verification of the balance sheet. Now let us close the adjusted profit and loss account and find out the adjusted fund profit which has been received from the business operation. Total of plus side or total of left hand side, 1,86,500. Put it on the right hand side, 1,86,500, and we are getting a balancing figure on the right hand side, 1,49,500 adjusted profit, cash profit, fund profit received from the business operation. So this would be the reported in the fund flow statement. On the sources side, have a look. Let us report it. Last item on the sources side, fund from business operation, that is operating profit, fund profit 1,49,500. All the items are over, all the accounts are also over. This is the last one, fund flow statement. We verified all the items. Now make the total of this fund flow statement. 2,27,500, 2,27,500. It gets confirmed, it gets verified. So this was the fund flow statement and the total get confirmed. I hope everything would be very clear in your mind for this question number 3. Especially the stock adjustments, which was a new point, and the RPS that came second time. But over here in the RPS process, company had applied both the available option for the purpose of nominal amount of RPS redemption, which is also a new point. So both this point, one is stock adjustment and the second is RPS redemption, I hope would be very clear in your mind. Do verify, do listen, do watch the video once again and be clear in your mind about these 2 points.